Yeah, so it looks like the squad's taking four fingers. Can they then reapply pressure and get nanite relay? I think they've got people there waiting to do it. And it looks like this is 252, an NC outfit for Miller. And yep, they've got, so that them got this base. But the problem is construction site Lambda is being lost. And Miller had a very large number at Gurney Dam. And that number at Gurney Dam means that they couldn't save. Oh, there's a huge air force now for Cobalt over construction site Lambda, preventing any form of reinforcements. Lambda's going to fall. And then Broken Veil.
To the point and it just didn't work. They got mowed down.
Looks like Miller's thinking about Broken Veil. But they're still out popped though. There's 6 seconds to go.
Have you given the overall stats halfway through the match?
Odin's Pride is muted, so why don't you broadcast with an all call telling players the game clock? You got the stats page?
No, hold on. I'd have to set that up. So.
I just don't want to do it to get responses, because we are on 39 minutes remaining. We haven't actually had the hour warnings and whatnot. Woodman ASC is being attacked by Miller. Cobalt is attacking Moss Ridge Command. In the north, Sleepy Hollow was being attacked, has been saved. Czech Fusion was being attacked, is being saved. The Forces, Egstad Power Relation was attacked, was being saved. Treehouse of Horrors is being re-attacked by Miller, and Miller's also attacking SRP Nanite Relay. So, where do we go? I think we stay here and just watch Broken Veil Garrison. Looks like it's just a straight up, you took it, we took it scenario. Doesn't look like Miller has the Air Force or anything to assist, and if anything, it's Cobalt galaxies that are flying over the cap. And I think the thing is, Miller, if you're going to get... what's your Air Force doing here? It's too late.
What was the time remaining? I just set up all call.
Time remaining is 38 seconds and 5 now. So if you want to do 38 minutes and 2 seconds.
There's 38 minutes remaining in the match. 38 minutes.
Okay, so at least that tells them how much is left. Woodman ASC looks like it's been saved. The thing is, the Miller's Air Force that was trying to save... I mean, the fact is Broken Veil was a lost base. Sending Air Force there without infantry was a waste of time. Sending it, however, to Woodman ASC might have been more beneficial on the capture point. Looks like Miller's also losing Moss Ridge. No, it looks like they've got the balcony, so get it back. If the maps overlay on, we can see how Cobalt is taking off away with it again. So Miller makes a save of Moss Ridge Command Center. Cobalt makes a save of Woodman ASE. Ixtab Amp Station's under attack again. Miller was attacking Treehouse of Horrors, and that's now been saved. Nanite Relay was being attacked by Miller, but has now been saved by Cobalt. Broken Veil was just taken by Cobalt. Looks like they're ready to attack Akan Southern Labs. A data hub was taken by Cobalt, so Miller could possibly take that back again. Sleepy Hollow is under contention, and looks like Miller's got a large force at Kessler Crossing, and that's what we'll go have a look at next.
That was a huge. Losing Nasons was a huge blow, because Nasons was what was allowing Miller to push out in so many different directions. Now that they've had that, they only have so many places they can go, and Cobalt has fewer places they have to defend.
The thing is, Nasons was never truly defended or saved. It was the fact that they were... The threat was there, but they had Gurney Dam for a while. They had construction site Lambda because of Treehouse of Horror, so there were lots of links on potential places they could go, but the number of lanes that are open has reduced from something crazy like 14 is now down to probably... Let's have a look. Kessel is in the north is 1. Sleepy Hollow is 2. Data Hub's 3. Southern Labs is 4. Woodman is 5. Ixtab Power is 6. Horrors is 7. And Nanite Relay is 8. Oh, you got lured in! Oh, that medic got lured in. He's like, no, you can't see for me. You can't see for me.
The Miller has some people at Treehouse of Horrors. I cannot find them. I wonder if they're at the branches of a tree or something. I keep on seeing them pop up on the minimap, but they're not actually down where I expect them to be. So,
with regards to Kessel's Crossing, There's too much pressure coming in from Cobalt. And Miller, they don't have motion down, so they can't see what's coming in at them. And I don't see how they can hold on to this point for this long. There's just too much pressure. The fact is, Cobalt's already at the capture point. They need a lot of reinforcements, and if anything, it's Cobalt that has motion sensors down, pushing off the Miller force.
Miller came in to try and save SRP Nanite Relay from a galaxy, but they have not taken out the spawn that Miller has here. So Miller was able to very quickly, we saw this yesterday with Emerald, they were able to run back down the hill and get immediately back onto the point again, and now they're chasing off the galaxy.
Last bit of contention over the Kessel's crossing, but that's it over. Sleepy Hollow doesn't really look like seriously it's going to go. Miller's reapplying pressure on Akan Data Hub. It's only small numbers. The real question is Akan Southern Labs. Cobalt would loathe to give it up, and it really took a very strong effort by Miller's Air Force and a large number of infantry to take it. Now, looks like Cobalt's got a galaxy from full over the cap point being nuisance, and Cobalt is spawn camping almost. Miller doesn't have anyone even in any of the buildings, and it's got less than 60 seconds to go, and that galaxy over the capture point, provided it doesn't get shot down, is preventing any other galaxies flying in and dropping on top of the cap point because it's in the way.
Cobalt has not managed to get people back to the point at SRP Nanite Relay Station, and this is going to fall. It fell right now for Miller. And that was 252 who captured that. Now, SRP Hydroponics, however, is still capping in Cobalt's favor.
Yep. I need to go check that out in a second. We'll just wait for the Akan Southern Labs to see what happens. It doesn't look like...
Resecure from Miller is coming into that base, though. I don't know how this is...
Which base?
SRP Hydroponics.
Oh, I want to go there now. Looks like Cobalt...
So close. Lots of grenade spam. This is that terrible, terrible... Throw every kind of grenade and see what the mixture works out at.
Oh, Fool's got the galaxy on the capture point, but Miller's charging in on the point. With 3 seconds to go, though, the max is not enough. There's too many infantry. 1 second to go, and they ran for the point, but there was too many Cobalt compared to Miller.
You failed yourself.
And on Hydroponics, Miller makes a save.
Barely saved. It was very, very close. It was down to the last.
So that was good play though by Cobalt, applying pressure on multiple points. But Miller takes SRP Nanite Relay, and we're at the point where it's 45-54, and if I'm correct, yes, Cobalt has never gotten themselves above 54%. It has gone up and down. This is the 5th time they have managed to get themselves to 54%, but twice Miller has managed to get back and bring the game back into control. But the
hub is falling for Miller again, so they might not be here for very long.
Oh, you're not kidding, yeah.
This is really great to see. This is not something we've seen from servers where they both can't seem to get a full edge. I mean, Cobalt has been ahead and they have been winning, but they never could have felt safe here.
Oh, the point though has been taken though. Data Hub is a galaxy spawning, and it looks like this time it will not go in Miller's favor.
Cobalt has had a lead, and they've been able to, for the most part, stay in the lead. But it has to have been nerve-wracking the entire time, where constantly Miller is attacking everywhere that they possibly.
Unlike yesterday, which was an abnormality in that there was even kills, Cobalt is clearly 5k kills ahead. But at the same time, it doesn't necessarily show in terms of map control at the moment because it's just so back and forth. And if you check the map stats.
At exotop power regulation, Miller is on the point. They're doing a very good hold. There's a ton of smoke. I don't know who's using the smoke. I assume both people are using the smoke. There's enough of it that it's getting annoying for me. But this is a final push, it looks like, from Cobalt, and I don't see... They have a few maxes, but they don't have enough to kick Miller off this point, I don't think.
The point is lower than the upper platform, so they could just... Right, here come the maxes on the cap. Maxes aren't enough.
Higby, please, we need smoke.
Oh, the maxes are on the cap point though. Infantry on the point. The maxes are killing all the squishies. The infantry above needs to drop down. They got the point. The maxes are not doing anything. They can't grab a capture point. 3 seconds to go. There's no squishies for Cobalt, and there we go. Miller takes it. Miller takes extra power regulation. That's quite big. Do they want to attack Gurney Dam, or do they want to get Woodman ASC, or This is all questions, but SRP Hydroponics is being attacked again, and now under 60 seconds. Looks like Cobalt's come back and just applying pressure. Miller is going to have to come back quickly to save this. I wonder if Miller left to make a save elsewhere. Oh, they're spawning in, I think, but it's close at 60 seconds again.
You are better than this. Show them.
.45 seconds to go. Miller's coming in. They can't leave it any longer because they're not going to be able to run to the actual point. Oh, that light assault with his C4. I must have run out of ammo. And Miller's running on the point here, and I think this is it. Game over. And they're not going to hold this for 30 seconds.
You're about to lose this facility.
At Kessel's Crossing, Miller is
20 seconds though. What's going on? Sorry, go ahead, Red. Yeah.
At Kessel's Crossing, Miller is still attacking. They did draw a very large force of Cobalt to them here. There's no way that they could survive the amount of people that Cobalt put here, but this was only 2 squads, I think, attacking this base, and they drew far more Cobalt than what was sitting here, which we had seen in the early. That was what Cobalt was doing to Miller, and now Miller is doing it to Cobalt. So,
well, looks like Miller is trying to attack Gurney Dam again. Woodman AC is fine, and then Moss Ridge has been attacked by small 1 through 12s. The Biodome is being attacked, and this is platoon-sized fighting going on at the Biodam, so we'll have a look there. As you're saying, Kessel's had a big response to the Miller attack. There was an attack by Miller, 2 squad size, going on at construction site Beta. Gurney Dam was being attacked by half platoon sizes, looks like it's been repulsed. SRP Hydroponics has been saved. Miller Air Force is here in the south. Nanite Relay in the south is saved. Construction site Sigma is ticking in favour of VS still, no NC, so Cobalt's made the save, and Whispering Pass is ticking down for Miller, and they're actually committing 2 squads now. Let's have a look at this. Not the most friendly basis to take, nature of how to get in, and the capture point is... Oh, there's a lot of dead people here. Hello?
construction site Gamma has a resecure going on to it. I didn't get here in time, unfortunately. There was a Miller force that had gotten onto the point, but unfortunately Cobalt came and kicked them off.
I see. I'm confused. I got to Whispering Pass just as everyone committed ritualistic suicide. So the 1224 that was at Whispering Pass has left. 2 minutes left in the base capture, and they're gone. Where? What's under attack? Space Rice Paddy's fine. Sigma was under attack. I don't know why they've left. Is there anything else that's critical? Not really. Moss Ridge has been saved.
There is a large resecure going on at a Con Biolab right now that may be where some of your population went into.
Well, it's very odd, but fair enough. I wonder if they can respawn back to where they were. I mean, let's be clear here. There is nobody at Whispering Pass, period. Nobody. At all. I was the only person there, and probably I was skewing the numbers there because it was showing 1 through 12 rather than nobody. But, you know, wow, with 90 seconds to go, there's nobody there. I'm confused. Okay, so Miller's re-attacked construction site Sigma. Maybe they decided to send their numbers there to Sigma, forcing Sigma, and Whispering Pass just being a ghost capture. It's 60 seconds. Did they go back to Whispering Pass? This is confusing.
The Biolab has a massive resecure from Miller going on right now. They pulled tons of maxes because this came down very, very close. It was down under 90 seconds. They seem to be getting multiple points back, but this seemed to be a massive population redistribution for Miller to try and get this Biolab back.
Well, Miller's actually probably going to take Whispering Pass. There's nobody here. All of Cobalt's forces in the south are stuck at construction site Sigma. This could be another double base coup for Miller. I'd expect Cobalt to probably save Sigma, but the amount of Air Force, spawn sunders, and control that Miller's got on the capture point at Whispering Pass, I don't see anyone from Cobalt.
Maybe Miller wants to fight in 2 biolabs today.
Well, he's starting to get Eastern Depot first. But this is definitely going to go some way to alleviating the point score. We thought that Cobalt was on a run and Miller was losing it here, but if they take Whispering Pass, we see the first number of Cobalt spawning in to try and save, but this is too much. No, there's no way they're going to get this in a save. Oh, they start flickering the point though. That one heavy assault ran in. Miller needs to go down to the capture point. No one's down the point. The longer you delay this, Miller, the worse it's going to get for you. You need to get down there now. Everyone needs to go to the point, period. Oh, Miller's just giving this away. With 5 seconds to go, they should have been on the point. Who is this? Baum? No, I can't see that. Stop moving. Hard to see. Cobalt, I can't believe Cobalt's going to make a save on Whispering Pass. Construction Site Sigma is still very, very close. And Miller's not been pushed off yet, so don't get me wrong, it's not game over, but Cobalt is buying precious seconds. Okay, did that clean everyone up? Finally, right, so Miller's cleared up the point now. Cobalt needs to bring more people in. I mean, they did an extremely good job at grabbing that capture point, but it's in the hands of Miller. And it was 7 seconds, back now to 38 seconds, so ultimately about a minute was stalled there. Construction Site Sigma looks like it's now being properly saved. Oh wait, no. Are you there?
It's very, very close. I'm here right now, and they are trying to clear out the Miller. It looks like they're grenading them off the points, off the corners right now. Yes, now it is. They finally cleared them off here.
Second attempt at grabbing the capture point going on at Whispering Pass. But Miller is now, this time, actually on the point, not above the point. It's going to take a lot more. Here comes the last run in for Cobalt. They're on the point area. Grenades are going off. Actually, they're getting a lot of kills. They're going to stop it again. I don't believe it. Yep. And that is a save. That is a double save by Cobalt. Miraculous. I really think... I didn't maybe think Miller could have kept Construction Site Sigma to the nature of the base and the numbers, but there's no reason they shouldn't have gotten Whispering Pass there. That was kind of a tactical mistake. They were so close. Twice. And the momentum's gone out of their way now. They're okay. They still have pop. Okay, they're bringing maxes in for reinforcements, so maybe they'll be able to counter push. But it'll be another like 60 seconds. And the fact is, the defensive forces at Construction Site Sigma can now redeploy to Whispering Pass. So we'll have to wait and see what happens. There's 50-50 numbers going at SRP Hydroponics. Except power regulation has been saved by a large Miller Force Platoon Plus. There's a Platoon Plus saving a Can Biolab. There's 2 squads that was attacking Woodman AC, although, sorry, 1 squad, but they've been stopped by 2 squads of Cobalt. Chak Fusion.
Yes, Chak Fusion has a very large Cobalt force standing here, and they're just wrecking anyone who tries to come out of the spawn room. There does not seem to be a very large force of Miller attempting to take this back at the moment.
Of the facility is
they just spawned in. They're trying to get into some cover. There's so much aircraft and other things that are hitting them. They managed to get into the first building, but
13 seconds to go. It's a long way to the cap point. And that door's blocked off as well, so you actually have to go in on side stairs and big.
They're just getting chewed apart trying to even get down to that door.
Yeah, and Chak Fusion Lab is taken by Cobalt. So again, if you look at the map, that's crazy, man. The current map timeline. Okay, with that in mind, so now the tech plant, they've been leapfrogged, so Miller couldn't do anything at the capture point even if they wanted to because the tech plant is now under contention. Sleepy Hollow there's half a squad, so the fact is the work that was done at Nason's Defiance has now been done to Sleepy Hollow. You've got half a platoon trying to force a large outpost. Miller just simply can't afford to lose that because it opens up 3 separate bases to attack. Miller on the counter is re-attacking like they've done before. This is the 3rd time they're doing it. A Can Southern Labs and a Can Data Hub. They're saving Ixtab power regulation even though they're outnumbered. Space Rice Paddy is being lost. They need to save that even though they've got population advantage. Whispering Pass, holy crap, I apologize for not being there at the time. Whispering Pass was taken, so while we were down in the south, Whispering Pass was taken by Miller because they were so close. So they must have committed the numbers and they're already on Vital now.
SRP Hydroponics is still falling in Cobalt's favor though. I'm heading over there right now to see if that's something that Miller is attempting to resecure.
So it was a ghost cap that was going on at Vital East. Nanite Relay is currently safe. Space Rice Paddy?
It looks like it was just saved. I didn't get here in time.
Yep, 2 minutes on save, and yep, so they've saved that. Other contentions based in the south, Ixtab's safe, Woodman's gone, Woodman ace, Moss Ridge Command is under attack. Miller's big push. They're buying time. Oh, Sleepy Hollow's 50-50 numbers, and it's 50-50 at Chak Tech Plant, so really Miller is committing a big attack now on Akan, the sub post at Akan. They need their Air Force if they're going to take Southern Labs. Cobalt, time and time again, really likes Akan Southern Labs, keeping them off Broken Vale and keeping their rear secure. But Data Hub is the easier of the two bases, but it's still 50-50 numbers. There's no guarantee, actually.
This is actually a really good time for Miller to attempt to push back here. You know that Shack Tech Plant's going to take a while, and you know that you can probably put...
I want you to do an all call. It's 19 minutes and 30 seconds, so I'll give you a 5-second warning, and you do 19 minutes, okay?
I was going to do it at 15. But
Oh, you should have done the 1 hours and the half hours, but...
I did, but apparently you didn't hear it.
Oh, okay then. As long as the players heard it. Alright, so Akan Data Hub has been saved. Akan Southern Labs is still going on, but with 90 seconds to go, this defensive force could probably leave immediately.
This is a huge opportunity for Miller. It's late in the game. They need to get as much territory as possible. It seems like Cobalt is pushing for the north. If you can defend the north and at least keep those bases just ticking, you need to be pushing on all these small one-cap point bases that are in the south. Woodman ASE, Treehouse of Horrors, Construction Site, Vital Eastern. All of those places you need to get people on and get them ticking, because you need to get as many of them as you possibly can in the next 15 minutes.
And Galaxy drop without Air Force and support. Miller loses the attack on Southern Labs as well. So they lost both the caps, and Sleepy Hollow has been pushed slowly by small forces to a 2-3 minute base, and then large numbers from Cobalt comes in, and this large outpost is now 60 seconds away from being captured. So exactly what happened at Nason's Defiance is happening again at Sleepy Hollow. Air Force is here. I can't see any Sunders because I'm not part of Cobalt's faction, but I'm going to have a look around. I'd imagine there are spawn Sunders, and they're spawn camping the main spawn room, and they've got some forces on the... There's actually very few people here. Here we go. Miller's taking the teleport room. Big push in, coming in from the rear. They need to save Sleepy Hollow. It's a large outpost. Yes, it takes a long time to fully save, but they need to make the push now. And there really is no time. They should have done this earlier. They gambled on pushing the Akan. Oh, wow. And the fact is, Cobalt's doing a really good job fighting them as far away from the capture points as possible. And now they've got lots of people on the B capture point. It's so close that even if Miller does get a capture point, it's still going to be within 10 seconds. This base is going to fall. Nobody's on the C point. This is it. Cobalt takes another large outpost. If there's nothing in this between the two servers, they're so close, except from the fact that Cobalt's constant small-scale pressure has got them 2 large outposts. And this is what's going to win them the game.
Miller managed to resecure SRP Hydroponics. As I was sitting here looking at the map and trying to figure out where to go next, it seemed like Cobalt came back and took the point, and Miller had to come and resecure it again. I would agree. I mean, this seems like an incredibly close fight back and forth, and the two, honestly, the two turning points in the game here have been Nason's Defiance falling for Cobalt and Sleepy Hollow falling for Cobalt. Those two are just daggers for anything that Miller wants to try and do.
And it looks like Miller's back on Akan Data Hub. They're not playing the defensive game. I mean, the numbers that are attacking Akan Data Hub could have been used to save Sleepy Hollow, but Miller's doubling down and they're going for the attack. This is terrible for them if they lose the attack on Akan Data Hub, because all their work, I mean, everything from Cobalt now can leave Sleepy Hollow if they like, and then go and save Akan Data Hub. Although the redeployment system might not actually work in that favour, no, because they're not on the joining and kind of connecting lanes. But they're bringing galaxies in, however, and with 30 seconds to go, there's not enough Miller here. Cobalt can drop in. Cobalt's going to make the save. I think there's an infiltrator on the point. No, there's heavy assault. And it was right. This has worked really badly for Miller, simply because it's too much. 90 seconds is plenty of time to leave Sleepy Hollow and get to Akan Data Hub. And Moss Ridge Command is now 60 seconds, and we're at the point where Cobalt might finally take their biggest lead yet. They're still being held to a very close tie. You know, Cobalt's never been above 54%, but looks like Moss Ridge might fall. 60 seconds to go. Miller's Air Force is fighting Cobalt's Air Force. I don't see much of Miller outside either on the cap building.
No, Moss Ridge is solidly held by Cobalt right now. interestingly, we see, you know, I mentioned the one time where I saw Cobalt bring the vehicles onto a cap point like this, and it's the, you know, other than the Soul Harasser I see occasionally, or the two Sunders, they don't really have very many vehicles, whereas with Emerald, we saw them bringing vehicles onto these points all the time, just to give you even more coverage over those doors. But it's 22 seconds now, and here comes a small resecure force from Miller getting repelled at the doorway. I don't know if they can make it through. They're certainly trying.
15 minutes. 15 minutes left in the match.
And it looks like Moss Rage is going to go in favour of Cobalt. Yep, just simply not enough, or not in the surrounding area. So well done there to Cobalt taking Moss Ridge command. That opens up the options to get into Bunker J993. Vex Biologics is under attack now because Sleepy Hollow has fallen. Chak Intel Hub is also under attack, and looks like Chak Tech Plant itself. So the Biolab is also under heavy pressure, and so is Akan East Hub. So the fact is, Miller's bases are exposed. Lots of lanes have just opened up very, very quickly with these last two captures, and it's up to Miller now to respond and save their bases. So they've saved the Biolab, right? Just. Or have they? They're spawning in, they're being able to spawn in cleanly. SU is not really an any threat for at least another 90 seconds, because the gen has to go down and the SU has to be charged. And it looks like they'll make a save. Are they overcommitting numbers here? No, it's roughly 50-50, so that's fine. The data hub, sorry, the East Akan storage depot, see, Miller still tries to get Akan data hub, but they can't. It's sketchy if the numbers are used in the right place, because they need to save Vex Biologics. That's now 2 squads. They've saved the tech plant, but they need to save Intel. Have a look at SRP for me and see what's going on there. Miller's just saved Whispering Pass at the last second as well.
It's the same people again trying to resecure the same way. They have a little bit of a defense set up this time. Cobalt do. They have some engineer turrets, although they just got back breached.
Cobalt just pulled in a huge max force, or relatively large max force, on the defensive Bravo point, and okay, they've got 1 point, but Miller's got 2, and I guess it's stalling out on 50-50 numbers. You said that Miller saved? No, they're not saving it. SRP.
They're close. They're awfully close, but they haven't quite saved it yet. There's a lot of they just finally got people onto the point.
That's close though. Don't 10 seconds? It's uncomfortably close.
I think Cobalt finally might have found the killing blow. It's taken them a very, very long time to find it, but Sleepy Hollow, there's just so much now. Sleepy Hollow and Moss Ridge, really.
It looks like Miller's making a save on a Akan data hub. Moss Ridge command, Bunker's not being attacked, but Bravata PMC, but that's a large outpost, and with 12 minutes left in this game, there's probably not enough time. Cobalt played the long game, a long 20-25 minute attack on the large outpost, constantly trying to keep just enough people to hold 2 points, not making it large numbers enough that Miller would respond, keeping it very low on the radar, and just letting the counter tick down and down and down, and it's worked in their favour, because as soon as it got close to being captured, that's when they sent in all their numbers and forced the issue.
Vex Biologics is still ticking down in Cobalt's favor, even though Miller has finally spawned people in. I'm heading over there now to see if I can catch maybe a resecure or a capture.
Check Intel, yeah, Vex Biologics, we'll have that.